Welcome to Freemasonry. Hello friend. Welcome. We are glad that you are interested in Freemasonry, and would like to know about our organization. This short video presentation will give you some information which should be helpful. We are sure that it will kindle your interest further, and make you want to explore this wonderful world that we call Freemasonry. Freemasonry is not only the largest and oldest fraternal organization in the world, it is one of the biggest charity organizations as well. In this presentation, we shall tell you about our large worldwide membership, our centuries-old history, and our substantial charitable activities. We shall then describe how we compare with other such organizations, and what we do in our meetings. We shall then state the qualifications we stipulate for admitting anyone to Freemasonry, enumerate the benefits of becoming a Freemason, and also explain our tenets and teachings. Finally, we shall also give you a glimpse of some of our magnificent meeting places, which are unique and totally unlike other meeting halls. There are over 5 million, that is 50 lakh Freemasons in the world. That makes Freemasonry the largest such organization. In India, our numbers are relatively small, so we don't really realize how big Freemasonry is worldwide. This map shows the spread of Freemasonry across the world. You will notice that while it has a substantial presence in many countries, it is not there at all in some others. It is because these countries do not practice democracy, encourage religious freedom, or respect human rights. So they do not like Freemasonry, which has always stood up for these values. Freemasons claim that Freemasonry originated with the building of King Solomon's Temple in 970 BC. That is around 3,000 years ago. But its real origins were probably in the 12th century, when the urbanization of Europe led to the construction of many cathedrals and castles. This short video clip traces the origin and development of Freemasonry.
The mythical beginnings of the fraternity date back to the building of the Temple of King Solomon in Jerusalem around 1000 BC. But the accepted origins of modern Freemasonry can be traced to the stonemason guilds that formed during the Middle Ages. The trade secrets of building Gothic cathedrals from massive stones without the use of mortar and with the use of geometry to turn a small drawing into an enormous structure were jealously guarded secrets. Secrets not even divulged to the priests of the churches who employed them. The guilds were developed to train masons in these skills, to enforce a standard of workmanship, and to hold their members to those high standards, as well as protect those valuable secrets. As the Gothic style of architecture lost its popularity and the common people became better educated across Europe, the Masonic guilds lost their reason for existence. But as the Age of Enlightenment dawned, a group of philosophical men saw in Masonry the ideal metaphor for character building in men. Construction of a strong, well-balanced structure, built with the assistance of many like-minded men and dedicated to God, much like the cathedral.
Freemasonry took a formal shape when 4 lodges in London met in the Goose and Gridiron Tavern on the 24th of June 1717, that is about 300 years ago, and formed themselves into a Grand Lodge, with Anthony Sayers as the Grand Master. This was the first Grand Lodge. This has now grown into hundreds of Grand Lodges around the world. Freemasonry came to India in 1729, that is just 12 years after the formation of the Grand Lodge, when a lodge was founded in Calcutta. Madras and Bombay followed soon after, in 1752 and 1758 respectively. Although Freemasonry had been in India for a long time, the lodges were all affiliated to the Grand Lodges of England, Scotland, or Ireland. After independence, it was felt that we should have our own Grand Lodge. So the Grand Lodge of India was founded on November 24, 1961. His Highness Major General Sir Syed Rasa Ali Khan, the Nawab of Rampur, was the first Grand Master. There were 145 lodges with 7,461 members at that time. This has now grown to 460 lodges and about 25,000 members. Grand Lodge of India is the apex body for India. Most Worshipful Brother Rajiv Ramankrishna Khandelwal, recipient of the Order of Service to Masonry, is the Grand Master of India, and heads the Grand Lodge. There are 4 regional Grand Lodges under Grand Lodge of India, each headed by a regional Grand Master. The local unit is called a lodge, and is headed by a Worshipful Master. We shall now talk about one of the most important facets of Freemasonry, Masonic Charity. As mentioned earlier, Freemasonry is one of the world's largest charitable organizations. Freemasons contribute over $1 billion for charity annually. That is an incredible 21 crore rupees every day. And we raise money for charitable purposes, mostly from our own members, and seldom go to the public. That is one of the reasons why our charities are not too well publicized, or generally known. One of our basic tenets is relief. Therefore it is not surprising that we are usually among the first to rush in with relief in case of natural disasters. Our relief work in Uttarakhand, Kashmir, Vishakhapatnam, Chennai and Kerala, when they were ravaged by floods and cyclones, was significant and much appreciated. We have constructed shelters for cyclone victims in Andhra Pradesh, and houses in a village in Tamil Nadu, which was destroyed by the tsunami. One of our major initiatives was the Jyotirgamaya project, under which we had installed solar electrification in 110 remote and inaccessible tribal villages in many parts of the country. At the local level, we regularly render assistance to orphanages, institutions for the handicapped, the aged, and the destitute, educational assistance to poor students, and to needy schools for development of facilities. We regularly conduct blood donation camps, eye camps, and other health camps. Freemasonry is similar to all other service organizations in that we all want to do good to our communities. But it goes beyond that. Its fundamental aim is self-improvement. As helping others is a part of becoming a better person, service, to us, is a means to a larger purpose. That is why Freemasonry gives much importance to inculcating ethical and moral values. Our main focus is on establishing strong fraternal ties among our members. And finally, ours is an all-male organization, we do not admit women. Our meetings are also different from other organizations. There are 2 parts to our meetings. The first part is routine business. As with any other organization, the minutes of the previous meeting are confirmed, accounts finalized, projects planned, and proposals for admission considered. The second part, which is unique to Freemasonry, is an ancient ritual. This is employed for initiating new members, promoting them to higher degrees, and installing a new master and his officers. This ritual is many centuries old, formal, and dramatic. It is designed to impart important lessons about our duties to ourselves, our fellow men, and to God. All men 21 years or older are eligible to become Freemasons, irrespective of their religion, nationality, or social standing. But we do not admit atheists, and a belief in a supreme being, by whatever name it is called, is an essential qualification. Apart from this, a candidate for Freemasonry must be a person of good reputation in his community, and able to support himself and his family. And as our meetings are all in English, reasonable proficiency in English is desirable. Freemasonry has always attracted men of eminence. Great intellectuals like Isaac Newton, Voltaire, and Benjamin Franklin have been our members. So have many great leaders, many presidents of America from George Washington onwards, kings of England, prime ministers of Australia, Canada, England, and New Zealand, and many other countries, to mention a few. And, no less than 5 presidents of African countries took part in a recent Masonic convention in Gabon. Many great Indians have been and are Freemasons, some of the most notable being Swami Vivekananda, Rajaji, Motilal Nehru, and former President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed. What does one gain by becoming a Freemason? What are the benefits? Freemasonry offers many benefits, though not in monetary terms, or in climbing the social ladder. The key benefits are brotherhood, networking potential, and becoming better men. One of the core beliefs of Freemasonry is the brotherhood of man under the fatherhood of God. Which is why we call each other, brother. In practical terms, this means that we have 5 million brothers in many countries. Anywhere a Mason travels in India or abroad, he has a brother there, on whom he can rely for help in any emergency. This bond of brotherhood is unique to Freemasonry and is much stronger than the usual ties of friendship. Freemasonry expressly discourages using its membership to gain social, commercial, or monetary advantage, but it does have networking opportunities. For instance, a Mason relocating to another city, or country, can always rely on other Masons to help him settle down. The third benefit we mentioned was that Freemasonry makes good men better. This is not an idle claim. It does so by personality development, and through the basic tenets and values it inculcates, its moral and spiritual teachings, and by imposing discipline and self-control. We shall discuss each of these in detail next. Freemasonry develops the personality of its members, in 3 ways. It imparts leadership training through a system of promotions to various offices, we call this the ladder, and it trains the Mason to take up responsibilities in each office before climbing to the next. The second is by developing teamwork, which it does by making the members work together in performing the ritual. Memorizing, and delivering charges, help a Mason to shed stage fear, and become an effective speaker. We have already referred to 2 of our 3 basic tenets: brotherly love, which means we regard the whole human race as one family, and relief, which is helping others when they are in distress. The third is truth, which is total integrity in thought, word, and deed, and a quest for the ultimate reality. Freemasonry sets the highest moral and social standards for its members. It expects them to practice tolerance and virtue, and enforces discipline. Ancient operative Masons were taught moral and ethical values by using simple stonemasons' tools. For example, the square teaches morality, the level, equality, the compass self-control, and so on. We follow the same method, in keeping with our traditions. Freemasonry requires self-discipline. It instills discipline by inculcating respect for authority, insisting on punctuality, adhering to a formal dress code, and above all, by strictly enforcing silence during our proceedings. The meeting places of Freemasons are usually lavishly furnished, and, in many cases, truly grand. We call these halls as temples and respect them as such. The magnificence and grandeur of these halls indicate the love and veneration that we have for Freemasonry. It is an awesome experience to attend meetings in these magnificent temples. The universal symbol of Freemasonry is the square and compasses. It is adjudged as one of the most well-recognized symbols in the world. In whichever part of the world a Mason sees the symbol, he can be sure of a friendly handshake and a hearty welcome. With that, we come to the end of this presentation and hope that you found it enjoyable and informative. We shall be happy to welcome you again, this time as a brother among us. Thank you for watching.